What up, King of Kings? What up, Lindsay Pop? Yeah, we lit, baby. Welcome to the Wake and Bake Show, your interactive Philly sports, news, philosophy, vocabulary, motivational gaming show. And I'm a fancy clown. And y'all know life's a circus, man. Welcome. Get your coffees ready. If you smoking, get your smokes ready. Lighters up. All right, let's get to this music, baby. Happy Monday, y'all.
Mine, I feel like I'm losing my shit. Design, I feel like I cannot do shit. Love, I feel like I do not want shit. Thug, the shit you see when you see this. Nigga, my family still hungry as shit. Nigga, my family still hungry as shit. Nigga, my family still hungry as shit. Nigga, my family still hungry as. My name all on the front of my shirt. I work all day, I ain't done enough work. I'm losing my shit faster than I collected. My pay is way lower than all of my debtors. My bills keep coming too fast to keep up with. Looking for jobs that I'm too black to fuck with. I like me a split, say a prayer and say fuck it. Still trying to think of something I'm in love with. I ain't kinda losing my shit. Design, I feel like I cannot do shit. Love, I feel like I do not want shit. Thug, the shit you see when you see this. Mine, I feel like I'm losing my shit. Design, I feel like I cannot do shit. Love, I feel like I do not want shit. Thug, the shit you see when you see this. Nigga, my family still hungry as shit. Nigga, my family still hungry as shit. Nigga.
And anyone who knows me knows my hit.
All right. Yeah. I said, nigga, my family's still hungry as shit. So look, man, I made that song in like right before the pandemic or whatever, and then it just got worse after that. But I love the song though. I need to put a second verse on there, or I need to let the hook ride a little bit more because I just got talking after that. Anyway, man, what is the deal, y'all? I'm happy to see y'all, man. I'm happy to be here too. Let's get into the word of the day. If y'all, oh look, Kitty right on me. I ain't gonna get no break today. So if y'all checked out the title of the video, I be doing this a lot. I need to just put it back. If y'all checked out the title of the video, y'all already see. Oh shit! Y'all already see that the word of the day is moribund. Um, Let me fix that so y'all can see that. Anyway, moribund. So this is a funny word, man. I be coming like let's say I've seen this word maybe about 2 or 3 times over the last couple of weeks, and I've been wanting to do it, but I was like, this is the dead word. Like, this is literally a dead word, right? Let's see him hear it. Let's see if I'm saying it right.
Moribund.
Moribund. Yeah. So this is one of those words that I feel like is pretty obsolete. Like, I don't want to be out here sharing.
Moribund.
Sorry.
Moribund.
Yeah. I don't want to be out here sharing words that don't have a use or a meaning or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of avoided this word, but then I heard somebody use it in a creative way where they were talking about technology, not just somebody on a deathbed or whatever. So here we go. It's an adjective, so it means it's a descriptive term. And the definition we have here, being in a state of dying, approaching death. So like literally on your deathbed, like dying, the process of dying. Being in a state of inactivity. All right, so this is what I like more. Being in a state of inactivity or obsolescence. Y'all know what obsolescence is? That means becoming obsolete, becoming useless. So being in a state of becoming useless. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see if they got something else over here more interesting or to add more perspective of a person at the point of death when referring to a person or of a thing in terminal decline, lacking vitality or vigor. So, what we got? Morbid bond, like bond to death. Shoo, I could see it, cause morbidity definitely is death, and the bund part. Um, I know German Bundes. I don't know what it mean though. It's like bound. So, like you said, bound to, like a bond, right? So I feel you. Yeah, it's like a morbid bond or a morbid. Yeah, well done, man. I love that. Um, yeah. So I see. It's funny because I didn't think it was very relevant, but it is relevant. You know how many things are in a state of decay right now? You know how many things are in what do they call it? What did they say? Terminal decline. There's so much around us that is in terminal decline. So this is actually a pretty useful word, and I'm trying my best not to be anything that this word describes. Exactly. Like the only thing promised in life is death, right? So it's like If you ain't living, you dying. You ain't like for real. Everybody is moribund, bro. For real. And I don't mean that in like a negative way, but I just mean it like it's just naturally. It's what it is. Um, yeah, it's just naturally what it is. All right. So let's see. Where should we start today, man? Hmm. All right. So this was interesting. I don't know what's going on with this, but teacher was shot by a 6-year-old student in Virginia. So she's suing the school system for 40 millis. 40 millis. Now what's funny about it is I read a little bit about it, and they were saying that she should just get a regular workman's comp because she's being compensated for an injury that she had while she was on the job. What is the opposite of the word? What, moribund? Let me get over there. I would imagine that the opposite of it is probably regenerating or some type of growth, some type of edification, some type of building up. But let's see. These dudes are good for antonyms, I think. Synonyms. No. Let's go Google, baby. Recent searches. Similars and antonyms. Alive, living, live, existing, quick, breathing, uh, flourishing, thriving, subsisting, spirited, roaring, energetic, vivacious, animated, perky, prospering, sprightly, frisky, peppy. You see it. Yeah. So a bunch of whoo, lively stuff, vivid, lively things. Um. Anyway, so the the chick is not. They were saying that she should get workman's compensation because she got injured at work doing what you do at work. So actually, it is covered under workman's compensation, but her lawyer actually came back and said, "Nah, this ain't normal, regular workman's compensation. She should not be looking forward to getting shot. Like this is not something that you just kind of can imagine or predict in the everyday life of a teacher. So this is not a occupational hazard. Getting shot is not an occupational hazard for a teacher. Now, if a cop was to get shot, okay, occupational hazard, workman's comp. But you're a teacher, so that's some more stuff. So basically, she's allowed to go ahead and sue the school system for $40 million. Down to life. I like Sprightly. As far as Bound to Life, I do like Sprightly. I did like Vivacious. All of those seem like they're robust. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that. So anyway, so she's suing the John, right? But I'm not gonna lie. If you got shot at a school, would you school the source? Would you sue the school system? Because my whole thing is like I'm like torn between this because it's like the school system already doesn't have enough money as it stands. That's why you got shot. So you getting shot and then suing the school system is just gonna make somebody else get shot. In my opinion, I don't think you're saving somebody from getting shot by suing the school system. But I could be wrong. It could be the opposite, which is you're incentivizing the school system to avoid getting sued again, so they're gonna make sure nobody gets shot. So it's like it's kind of two pieces to the puzzle thing, and I'm a little bit torn but behind it. Now then there's the other thing of 6-year-old kid shooting somebody. That's crazy to me. I mean, if that's not moribund, I don't know what is, bro. 6-year-olds, I don't like. I be talking about this, and I be thinking about this like little kids with guns, man. Like, can a 6-year-old cock a gun and load a gun? I be doing a little bit of research, and I ain't never seen. I've seen kids as young as 8 handle guns and shoot guns, but I've never seen a 6-year-old load and cock a gun. But they're liable. You saying the school system is liable? The school system is liable? And you said maybe the lawsuit will make awareness. Yeah, I mean, That's probably gonna happen. I mean, we talking about it, so it definitely is gonna make awareness. Is the awareness going to help the school system though? And this ain't even Philly. This is Virginia. Just so y'all know. Then there's like this whole thing of people who have crimes committed against them being able to go get money for it. That's another thing, but I don't really even know where to go with that. Yeah, the schools. Yeah, I feel you. So I guess on the same subject of the school system thing, something that hits a little closer to home for y'all. Um, I know LP, you ain't got no kids in the school system right now, but this shit right here is horrifying right here. You see this? Check this out. Elementary school janitor in New Jersey accused of contaminating food utensils with bleach and bodily fluids. And he taking a selfie in the bathroom. And he wears eyeliner. Not attacking nobody who wears eyeliner or takes selfies in bathrooms. I'm just saying. Those are observations about this man. Video don't look like it want to play, so I guess I'm reading. Upper Deerfield Township, New Jersey, an elementary school janitor in New Jersey is facing a list of charges, including endangerment for allegedly contaminating food and utensils with both bleach and bodily fluids. 25-year-old Giovanni Impellizzeri of Vineland is also charged with aggravated assault and tampering with food. I don't know what kind of charge you get for feeding children bleach and bodily fluids, but that's a charge. That's a heck of a charge to me. And Pellizzeri was employed by the Elizabeth Moore School in the Upper Deerfield School District. According to Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office, state police were contacted by school authorities on Monday after receiving tips about social media posts that allegedly depicted Pellizzeri performing sex acts with what are described as inanimate objects at the school. The investigation so he was putting this shit online, bro. The investigation revealed Impellizzeri allegedly contaminated food products with utensils in the school cafeteria with bodily fluids that prosecutors say included saliva, urine, and feces. In one incident, police say Impellizzeri sprayed bleach into a container of cucumbers with the intent of harming children. In another incident, so this boy literally put it online. That's the only reason he got caught, because he put it online. In another incident, police say Impellizzeri touched his private areas with bread, spit on it, then put the bread back into the container to be served to students. I bet it was served the next day. This is a public health crisis at this point. We don't know who, where he's been, said parent Rachel Jenkins. What kind of statement is that? We don't know who, where he's been. Kids are getting sick, having diarrhea, vomiting, and we're blaming it on belly bug, when in reality, it could be hepatitis, it could be food poisoning. Damn, the kids are actually being affected by this, said Christencia Jenkins. That's a name. I've never seen that name. It's a good, I like it. Like, who knows what else he's putting in there? I mean, cum, poop, and piss. That's about the worst of it. And bleach. What else is how much worse will it get? Prosecutors say Pellizzeri did all of this while employed by the school where he worked since September 2019. Whew. This is making my heart beat hard. Investigators say they are trying to determine exactly when the alleged acts occurred. As disgusted as parents are about the accusations, they're also upset with the school. According to the Cumberland County Prosecutor's Office, the school learned of the accusations Monday and contacted police, and Pellizzeri was arrested on Tuesday. Parents say they didn't hear from the school until Wednesday when they got a robocall saying an employee was on leave. The district didn't contact the health department until Thursday. It also sent parents another text asking for tips and saying no students were involved. One parent didn't see it that way. If there's bodily fluids and all this other stuff going around, that is direct involvement, says John Wood. I ain't saying that. The superintendent addressed some parents Friday in the parking lot who came to pick up their children. The second call was made to parents Friday, saying in part, I want to start by saying I understand how difficult this situation is for everyone involved. We're here for you and will provide support if students or staff have questions on this matter. Parents have now started a petition for the superintendent to be fired. The district has not responded to multiple requests for comment. This from Action News. Prosecutors say Pellizzeri is in the hospital and will have a detention hearing Monday. Officials say the school district is working with the Department of Health to ensure utensils, food preparation areas, surface have been da 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 da. I think we good. For now, parents and others who may have consumed contaminated food should contact their healthcare provider if they show signs of illness, particularly severe illness, the Department of Health said in a statement. What up, practice needed? All right. So yeah, this dude was putting all types of stuff in the school stuff and stuff. I was coming from the job interview the other day and I saw on a bus that rode by me, apply to be a substitute teacher. And I, as practice needed probably knows, I was actually like, substitute teacher, huh? My father was a substitute teacher for a little bit when I was a young boy, and it was the best experience of my life because he substitute taught in my class. And then my teacher ended up going on leave, so my pop ended up staying there for like 2, 3 more months. But anyway, I was thinking, I could possibly do that. Somebody else that I value told me that I should work with children. Some of my friends work with children. You know, seems cool. So I was like, I'm pretty sure I qualify for that. Because I'm pretty sure my pop qualified for it when he did it. And I don't even know if that man graduated high school to be true. To be real with you, I don't know. So, yeah. But taking that into account, I don't know. I guess it's just a little bit too loose to be able to work with children these days, man. It's probably, they should probably have more requirements in checking people's backgrounds before, people working with children. Like, and this dude was putting this stuff online. So that's the scary part. The scary part is that we would not know anything about it had he not volunteered the information and shared it with us. You know what I mean? That's crazy. What up, practice needed? How you doing, man? You see this stuff, man? Oh, I know nobody here lives in Jersey, so nobody here worried about any of this directly, but shoot, that's crazy, bruh. That's crazy. I wouldn't even know how to approach that. People arguing about this shit. I don't even know if I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna see if I can avoid it if possible. This John kind of sent me a little bit.
Hope
see
not.
if y'all got
From
any
what
thoughts on this.
maybe
Surely.
First off, y'all remember Bill Maher? Bill Maher used to he used to make mad racist jokes and he dated Superhead. You know what I mean? Y'all remember Superhead? Corinne Stevens? Yeah. So he used to make mad racist jokes and he dated Superhead. And he was super anti-political but had a political show. I loved it. I actually did. I loved it. Eventually, he started just becoming too ornery and angry for me to keep up with. But Real Time with Bill Maher was one of my favorite shows that I used to tune into back when that joint was on HBO or whatever. So I haven't seen him in a long time. I figured he was probably super cancelable nowadays. And when I seen him doing this thing with Neil deGrasse Tyson, I was like, oh, he is super cancelable, but let's see what's going on. And yeah, let's just see what's going on. Let's see what he talking about.
Surely there's a portfolio of jokes that
wouldn't-
would still
if-
work on a college campus. Surely.
I would hope not. From what maybe some college campuses, the ones you read about are fucking insane.
You've given up. Surely there's a portfolio of jokes that would still work on a college campus. Surely.
I would hope not. From what maybe some college campuses, the ones you read about are fucking insane.
You've given up on
And
an
the
entire generation,
I
and
have
you don't know how to make them
I have given
laugh.
up on any place that doesn't even remotely attempt to believe in free speech and thinks that anything that they hear that they don't like, that they don't agree with, is violence. These people are fucking nuts, and you should be calling them out. Somebody like you, who has standing with kids, should be not
I do
joining
when-
them.
when there's
You
a
are
science
you're doing what
objectivity to it,
you're
yes.
doing what parents do. You're
What's that?
taking the path of least resistance, and therefore hurting the kids and yourself. Parents ruin both their lives. They ruin their fucking spoiled kids' lives, and they ruin their own lives because the kids rule the roost. So that's what you're doing on a national level.
I'm feeling more like on the porch. Get off my lawn. you
Really?
young
I feel like
whippersnapper.
we're in the barbershop.
Surely.
Any thoughts? Anybody? Anybody want to pick a side or pick a point that they liked or didn't like? I put cream and sugar in my coffee today. I should not have. I was thinking, ooh, make it tasty. Nah, it's too much. So, uh, I love the one last thing he said, which is parents are hurting themselves and hurting their kids by being too scared to correct them or being too scared to try to force, enforce some type of discipline, I guess. I don't know. Let me run it back. I got time today.
Doing what parents do. You're
What's that?
taking the path of least resistance and therefore hurting the kids and yourself. Parents ruin both their lives. They ruin their fucking spoiled kids' lives and they ruin their own lives because the kids rule the roost. So that's what you're doing on a national level.
When I park, so I guess, all right, so if you're raising children or you're in any children's lives, you might have the unfortunate position or the fortunate position of being somebody who has to discipline those children or correct those children on a regular basis. So the thing is, a lot of people don't find that enjoyable. So I do believe that there are some parents who try to avoid it if possible, or some parents who don't necessarily want to have like uncomfortable conversations with their children. I've seen it most recently in my life because I'm in some children's lives. And I noticed that when it comes to certain things their parents don't necessarily want to enforce, I feel like they're handicapping these children by not doing that. Like, say, for instance, my young boy was reading today and he was pissed off at me because we've read biographies, we've read books on nature, we've read science and history books, and he's kind of getting like a little bit more one able with his reading, but he's also getting a little bit more perspective and insight from his reading, which he is appreciating. So today I had a thing where I made him read some cat, not Cat in the Hat, some Dr. Seuss, right? Now these rhymes and these tongue twisters are pissing him off. He's getting so frustrated from having to go, don't hop on pop. He's hating it. But the thing is, the reason I'm making him do it is two reasons I'm making him do it. One, because as he's reading, he takes his time with bigger words because he's wanting to conquer them. But with the smaller words, he rushes over them. So like a word will say it, right? But he won't read it. He'll read if. Or a word will say that, and he'll say what. You know what I mean? Like he'll just be trying to rush through it. So I'm like, bro, these two, three, and four letter words, they kicking your ass, and you mad about it. So I put him on to Dr. Seuss, and he's so angry about it. Like he hates me right now because I made him read Dr. Seuss. And I'm explaining to him that, bro, because it bothers you so much and because you struggling with it, that's why I'm making you do it. Not because I want to see you suffer, but because I don't want you to be 20 years old, pissed off because you got to read a Dr. Seuss book to your kid. You know what I mean? Or how I don't want him to have a kid at 20 or whatever. But you know what I'm saying. I don't want you to be 15 or 20 and still be struggling with the same 3 and 4 letter words. Whatever the case may be. Let me read these now. The one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. Amen. It could go the other way. There's some kids who will say, I'll kill myself or want to die. At least that amount of discipline. At least amount of discipline. At the least amount of discipline. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the thing. If you're not preparing them for any type of suffering or any type of pain or discomfort, then that means that as soon as they get to some discomfort, this is going to be a little bit too overwhelming for them to deal with, right? Like, somebody was telling me recently how, like, just waking up early was a determining factor for whether or not they would be considered for a position. Like, just waking up early. And it's like, what? Oh, no, my young boy know how to wake up early. He will never be in a position in life where something doesn't happen well for him or he misses out on something because 5 o'clock in the morning is foreign to him, or 6 o'clock in the morning is a foreign concept or a challenge to him. That'll never be the case. Whoever spares the rod hates their children. You have to guide and discipline the children. Go ahead, practice needed. No punishment, but discipline. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And the thing is, I'm not. Well, I guess I ain't even gonna put myself in that. But agreed, agreed. So it seems like we all on the same page there. Um, I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson made any point personally. Tell me if it was something y'all think that I missed, but he was basically just talking about how like, yo, you don't think you can make a joke that these kids can appreciate? What you scared type of that was the energy I think that he was kind of putting out there. Like you seem like you scared. You seem like you ain't trying to get into it.
Surely there's a portfolio of jokes that would still
if-
work on a college campus. Surely.
I would hope not. From what maybe some college campuses, the ones you read about are fucking insane.
You've given up on
And
an
the
entire generation,
I
and
have
you don't know
given,
how to
I
make
have
them laugh.
given up on any place that doesn't even remotely attempt to believe in free speech and thinks that anything that they hear that they don't like, that they don't agree with, is violence. These people are fucking nuts, and you should be calling them out. Somebody like you, who has standing with kids, should be not
I do
joining them.
when there's a science
you're doing what
objectivity to it,
you're
yes.
doing what parents do. You're
What's that?
taking the path of least resistance.
Yeah, I think he's just saying all that shit because he's scared, dog. For real, for real. I think he's just like, he's too afraid to change because society around him has changed. So he's like, I'm not catering to this. I'm not going to make up jokes that's going to appease y'all. Yeah, I think so. That's what it looked like to me. And I think Neil's just like, you giving up? Why you giving up? How you going to give up? That's what it looked like to me. I don't know. Nah, we not doing nothing down there. Former nurse who had been accused of killing 2 patients with doses of insulin now faces more murder charges and has confessed to trying to kill 19 additional people. She's confessed to trying to kill 19 different, all right, yeah, be careful with the nurses, I guess. Be careful where you put your parents or your older loved ones or all of that stuff. I don't know. This is crazy out here, man. So I guess this is a good time. So y'all don't punish your kids? That's a good question. All right, punishment. I think punishment without discipline in mind is just probably just vengeance, right? Or spite. That's what I think. I could be wrong though. So like for instance, if a kid do something to me and it just makes me mad, right? And I react because I'm just mad, so or I'm hurt and I want to make him hurt just because I'm hurt. That's wrong. I think that's wrong. Or like a kid does something and I'm like, oh, you need to pay for that. You need to pay for that. You need some type of recompense for that. I don't think that that's right either because he's a kid. So in a sense, he's kind of almost not responsible for his actions the same way I'm responsible for his actions on some real stuff. You know, most of the time, like if he's doing something crazy, then it's halfway my fault. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like not necessarily looking forward to or looking at punishing him. I'm more so looking at what actions or what words do I have to give him in order for him to, one, understand not to do this and why, but then also, two, to be stronger and be able to overcome the temptation to do this. So that's where the discipline part come in, because it's like discipline. I want to discipline your weaknesses, right? I want to make you stronger, but then also like when your actions, when you committing bad and poor decision making and actions, I want to discipline that too. Like I want to discipline your decision making. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm trying to do that, then that means I'm coming down like, let's see. That means if you do something like, if I say, if it's time to go to sleep and you have your TV on all night, staying up watching TV, right? The discipline that I see is I'm not really worried about the TV thing so much. I'm more so worried about, see, now you're not capable of doing the things that you have to do because you chose to do the things you wanted to do, right? And there's no balance there. So my way of like seeing it it's like I don't want to punish you for being disobedient, and I don't want to punish you for not doing what I said do, even though that makes a little bit of sense in somebody's world. But to me, that's not how I want to attack it. I don't want to punish you for being disobedient and doing what you wanted to do, not what I said do. I don't want to punish you for that. Even though I might get the natural inclination to do it, I don't want to do that. Instead, what I want to do is I want to discipline you and show you that if you choose what you want instead of what you need, then it's going to make what you need harder. So, like, because you decided to stay up and watch TV, when your ass is up early, I don't have any type of sympathy for you. And you literally have to be awake in school. You have to be attentive. So now I'm like, all right, you stayed up all night. I'm still waking you up at 6. I'm still waking you up early. Oh, you're tired while we're doing what we're doing. All right, well, splash some water on your face, dog. I'll figure it out. And that's where I'm at with it. I don't have sympathy for it because you decided to put yourself in a position where you would be tired when it was time to do what you needed to do. That's because you did what you wanted to do. So I'm going to explain that to you. You know what I mean? And then the next night, you might not have the option to be able to do that anymore. You might not have no TV in your room to be able to stay up and watch. So that's where the discipline comes in, but not punishment necessarily. And I'm not saying that I can't think of a situation where I need to punish a kid without interjecting discipline in it. I think punishment without discipline is probably just, like I said earlier, vengeance and spite. Probably. Definition of punishment from the internet. All right. I'm going to read the other statements too. I just started at the bottom. Now I'm here. Come on. Okay.
Punishment.
The infliction or imposition of a penalty as retribution. You see that retribution? That's vengeance for an offense. The infliction or imposition of a penalty as retribution for an offense. So, like I said, it's just vengeance, really. The penalty inflicted. That is the punishment. Also, the punishment is also the penalty itself. So yeah, I feel like penalties gotta have discipline, and they gotta have a disciplinary intent. All right, oh damn, I missed a lot. We need definitions. I'm sorry. All right, let me give you the definition of discipline now. I'm way late. I was talking too long, and I ain't even read most of these Johns yet. But gotta get the people what they need, man. There you go. Sorry, I figured I could find that John down there. Okay. The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. So you see the relationship? Y'all see the relationship, right? All right, let me get to these comments now. Damn. Okay. The one who loves their children is careful to discipline them. It could go either way. There's some kids that will say, I'll kill myself or I want to die. At least the amount of discipline. Whoever spares the rod, okay, I'm sorry, I'm too back. I'm too far. If I did punish them, I was wrong. Tone stood on that. Tone went strong with that. Punishment could be something simple, is making him stay in the house for a day or giving them an extra chore. We need definition to adequately answer that. That's discipline. So what's punishment? Hell is punishment. This nigga Tone. Sorry, trying to think of a good example of punishment. We know that, but what's punishment? New International Version: fathers do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. Yeah, like instruct them. Don't exasperate them. Like don't just put burdens and stuff on them. Like actually correct them and then train them. Yeah. Versus discipline. All right, so I gave these definitions. Practice? Indeed. All right. So we gave these definitions. Who's who thinks that it's okay still to discipline? I mean, sorry, who thinks that it's okay still to punish their children? Where we at with that? Is there? I mean, I think it's okay to punish your children with discipline, right? Because that honestly, it teaches you discipline too at the same time, right? Let's go. Yeah. So I don't think I'm not saying punishment is completely wrong. I just think that punishment is a part of discipline. It's definitely a part of discipline. But if you punishing without the intent of discipline, then you really just being vengeful. Like, what if in football, when a ball had a penalty, they just tossed the flag and took 15 yards but didn't tell you why? That would just be punishment. But instead, they tell you why so that you can be more disciplined. The punishment is the yardage, the discipline is the explanation, and the punishment, the explanation with the punishment. Definitely. You don't just tell your kids to go to your room without reasoning. Punishment is cool. Right. No, I don't think we getting lost in words. I think we all on the same page here. Like, practice needed just summed it up, I think, pretty perfectly, if you ask me. Punishment without intent of discipline is abuse. If there is no reasoning, then it's punishment. Right. There you go. I think we got it. I think we all have it pretty much. We all hitting it. We all hitting it on the head. Yeah, we right there with it. Um, so before I get ready to get out of here, I wanted to let y'all know this. This is important to me. Dietary stuff, right? So man sent me a picture of a pack of Wrigley bubblegum, and it said, let me look at what it said on my phone. It said bioengineered food ingredients. It said that this ingredients, under ingredients, it said bioengineered food ingredients, made with bioengineered food ingredients. So I was like, oh, so they must have found something cheaper than well blubber, you know what I'm saying, and easier to go get or just make, something. And I noticed that when you chew gum lately, it kind of like dissolves slowly to the point where it's like real tiny after a while, or it starts to just come apart. You know what I mean? You got to start putting it back together. But anyway, I don't really chew gum. So I was like looking at, different stuff like that. And as you saw, the chick is suing for 40 mil. How about this right here? And I've been telling y'all about this for a while. I'm pretty sure I've been telling y'all about Roundup, Monsanto, pesticides. The problem with pesticides, like I saw somebody spraying this joint at my last job. I was looking at him like, Vince, why you doing that? Bro, you exposing yourself to all types of bullshit for what? He was like, man, I know. It's just these weeds, man. So I'm like, man, I'm telling you, it ain't worth it. So this gentleman just made 332 million off of Monsanto because he was using Roundup for a long time and he proved that it gave him cancer. So, two things here. One thing is he proved it because they had to pay him. He a third of a billionaire right now. He a third of a billionaire right now. But yeah, man, that's ridiculous. So they're not gonna take it off the shelves or nothing because it's like actually one of the top selling weed. It's the top selling weed chemical that's out there pretty much. So you just gotta be careful out here. Because I know if I get cancer from this joint, I'm probably not gonna have the money or the time to be able to get my 322, 332, or whatever it may be. But I will also say, be encouraged because at least they gotta admit that they wrong, man. At least they gotta admit that they wrong. But also keep in mind, Roundup is owned by Bayer. It's weird. Gotta love it though. Anyways, let's go ahead and get ready to get into these quotes. But before we do that, I just want to tell y'all that breathing is important. I know that sounds mad stupid, but I got a point that I'm trying to get to here. I had about 4 articles that I had to try to whittle it down to, but this is basically the closest one that doesn't sound quackerish. How breathing calms your brain. There you go. But basically, my whole point is, if a woman who is passing a child through her self, if they tell them that the best thing you could do for that is just breathe, then I'm gonna tell you that, you know what, they might be onto something. Cause sometimes when you get angry, they say count to 10. You know what I mean? They say just try to slow your heart rate by taking long, deep breaths and stuff like that. It's really useful. It's really, really, really useful. It really works. So if there's nothing I could give you, I would tell you that controlled breathing is something that y'all should practice. We should all practice. We should stand by it. Because like I said, if it works for pregnant women, then it's gotta work for me. It's gotta work for me. Now we got quotes, baby. Breathing techniques are major in mental health practices. Yeah, you know Lindsay Pop. Practice? Yeah, he's on. You're on a practice thing. Boom, 2 times. Okay, so today I want Charles Dickens. Why? Because I haven't done Charles Dickens yet. Yeah, he's pretty good at what he does. Let's just start somewhere. The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. Ooh, I like it. Whatever I've tried to do in life, Whatever I've tried to do in life, I have tried with all my heart to do it well. Whatever I have devoted myself to, I have devoted myself completely. In great aims and in small, I have always thoroughly been in earnest. That's cool and all, but you sound a little self-righteous, dog. Have a heart that never hardens, and a temper that never tires, and a touch that never hurts. That's dope. That's dope. If there were no bad people, there would be no good lawyers. That's funny. We forge the chains we wear in life. Damn. That's real. That's the realest thing ever. I think we might have to go with that one. I think we're going to go with that one, gentlemen. We forge the chains we wear in life. You know what forge mean, right? It's like metallurgy. We forge the chains we wear in life. Now, what's beautiful about this statement is it sounds like it's condemning a motherfucker, right? But no, what it really is empowering, right? It's reminding you that this shit is under your control and you have the opportunity to break them chains because you the one who made them, right? So you ain't no victim. You ain't walking around thinking somebody done did something to you, waiting for somebody to help you. Nah, you can literally walk around thinking, damn, what have I done to get myself into this? And what can I do to get myself out of this? So I think this joint is fire right here. And I'm going to go ahead and leave y'all off on that one. With all of that said, man, it's been a wonderful Monday, man. I appreciate y'all chilling with the boy. Waking and baking with the boy, giving and taking with the boy, you know what I'm saying? Moving and shaking with the boy. So I'll see y'all tomorrow at about 10 o'clock, but I got to do the old, follow a Fancy Clown on Discord. If you're not following already on Twitch, go ahead and drop a follow for the boy. You can also check out these videos. They all get re-uploaded on YouTube at a Fancy Clown. You can check out the TRN Podcast on Twitter for the flyest tweets every day. Follow that. And you can check out TRN Podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts and all that good stuff. Yeah, I think I'm done that part. Let's go to a song. '80. I was looking for the song the other day. I couldn't find it, so here we are. I love y'all boys. Peace.
Rob Carpenter, who arrived at the game on crutches and then threw them away to lead the Oilers in rushing.
Wait, Tone, you got a scripture, boy?
front. Wouldn't open the door, yeah. Spent the whole grip. But a nigga get more though. Talk that game.
I see it.
Be a bitch to the core though. Never been rich.
Peace, y'all. Thanks for kicking it. Back tomorrow at 10.
Never been rich, no. Never been rich. But I'm tired of poor though. If I'm trying to front. Wouldn't open the door though. I want that shit though. Cannot afford, no. No, I ain't got it, no. No, never had it before, I can still see it. Can I ignore, no.
I'm holding.
Gonna eat. Walk across your feet. Never been rich. Never been rich, no. Never been rich. Tired of poor, though.
Alright, are we all still here? Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. That's fly. Learn how to talk to motherfuckers, man. Communication is like the lifeblood. If it don't flow, then the relationship dies. So learn how to communicate effectively. Speak to people on their terms. Meet them where they at, and season your speech with salt. Because, Bean said that. You catch more flies with honey, dog, than you do with salt. Right? It was kind of the opposite, but it was the same thing. You know what I mean? Season. Get that sweetness up in there. Yeah. I like that. That's a good one, bro. That's a good one.
To the front, wouldn't open the door, though. Spent the whole grip. But a nigga get more, though. Never been rich, never been shit. Never been nowhere except where I live. Never been paid, never been hit. Never hit no nigga name on my lips. Never been bitch, never seen nothing. You tell the cops that man, I ain't saying shit. Never been mad, never seen nothing. You tell the cops that man, I ain't saying shit.